Hey everyone, Random Randy here. This is Craft Confessional episode 4. Today is the 8th of December 2020, and if you've never been here before, this string of videos in particular is all about creating crafty content that you can cheerfully consume. Some of it's crochet, some of it's knitting, some of it's loom knitting, some of it's sewing. It's just making stuff because creation helps me feel complete, and I have no intention of creating any more babies. I've already got 2 happy, healthy sons, and that is plenty for me. So, on that note, I have a bunch of finished things, at least compared to my craft output over the past few months. I have a lot of finished things. So I'm going to show you the yarny stuff first, and then I'm going to show you all of the bags that I have, some of which are on sale in my Etsy shop. So firstly is this headband right here. It's crocheted, it's fairly simple. It is made with, let me see if I can find the thingy. I've got all my nice yarn up over here on the shelf next to me, which I still need to show you guys how I change the craft room around. But every time I want to, I think about it, and there's just so much junk everywhere because I work in this space. It's never completely clean, and it doesn't look like a Pinterest craft space. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to show anybody. Anyway, this yarn is Koigu Kirsty, and it doesn't have a name for the colorway. It's just hand painted. I bought this from a designer yarn bargain bin thing online a million years ago, it feels like. Anyway, I had 3 little skeins like this. If you can even see the colors, much better color. There we go. So 3 little skeins like this, lots of different colors in it. As you can see, it is 100% merino wool. Does it say if it's superwash? No, it's definitely not superwash. So this headband is fairly simple. It is a video tutorial from Bonnie Bay Crochet, and I love it. It's super easy. Definitely recommend it. I will link it so you can check it out down below, since I'm planning on keeping this for me anyway. So, with it being a headband, don't mind my hair doing what hair do. It's wide enough that it can cover your ears with a little bit extra, but it's not so long that it might as well be a messy bun hat, you know? I like it. It's warm. It's warm enough because it doesn't get super cold in the part of Washington that I live in, so it doesn't make sense to have like a triple layer wool hat. But wool to cover my ears when it's chilly is nice. So there's one done thing. And the other crochet thing that I have that's finished is this thing right here. And no, I don't mean Storm, which is my mannequin's name, because it used to have a gray wig, and with her skin tone and that hair color reminded me very much of Storm from the X-Men comics and shows and movies and all that stuff. Anyway, regardless. So this is the Protect Your Neck cowl, which I made initially a million years ago in a red-gray combination, and I finally made a tutorial for it. It is up on my channel. Some people have already checked it out. It's super quick and easy. It's not even worth me bothering to write the pattern down. It's more of a recipe on how to make it fit the specifications you want it to. And that is made in the Dragonfly colorway from Loops and Threads Charisma yarn. It's made with a bulky weight yarn. You could make it with 2 strands of worsted weight, and then you could have even more color combinations. It's really easy, really quick. I will link to the video either up here or over here, whichever looks better when I go to make the video. And the other yarny stuff that I have done is actually in relation to this thing that you can kind of see over here. These have become all the rage, and now that I finally have one, I understand why. This is a knitting machine. This one in particular is a Sentro knitting machine, and I had to wait like 3 weeks for it to get here from China. This is the budget, well, I won't say budget friendly because it was still kind of pricey, but more budget friendly version of the Addie King machine. It does make adult size hats, and it does also make panels, which I haven't gotten to play with yet, but I have some ideas that I'm going to test that out. So I made 3 hats last night while I was watching a movie on Netflix just for S&Gs. The first one is kind of biggish. I made this with Premier Puzzle yarn. This is the Monopoly colorway. And I don't think the color is going to be even remotely close. There we go. If I hold it in front of me here against my gray sweatshirt, you can tell much better. So it is green, blue, and purple. And with the way that I made it with the machine, it is completely reversible. So if you liked the way the color pooled on the other side, you can flip it and wear it inside out, where it's just green on the bottom, mostly purple and a little bit of blue on top. I actually have a bag full of big foofy fake fur pom-poms with elastic on them, so I was thinking of adding one of those to some of these. But this is a little bit long. This is an adult size. This is another one. If I sit back here, there you go. Then you can actually see the color. I don't know why it's coming out so funky up close to the light, but yeah. This one is a little bit smaller. This one actually already has an intended recipient, and the inside of it doesn't have any green at all, but I figured you could flip it either way, depending upon your preference. And I made this one with, let me see if I can switch the light. There we go, much better. So apparently the orange light works better for this. So this one is made with Red Heart Super Saver, Fair Isle. Which one is this? Calm Fair Isle. As you can see, I have other stuff sitting here waiting. And this is kind of more grayish on one side than the other. This is double thickness, so this is actually, you just roll out a long tube. I think I made mine either 17 or 18 inches, so that the little bit that would be lost here, and it's super stretchy too. So if you were of such a mind to, you could actually roll it up and have a brim on top of it already being 2 layers thick. And this used probably half a skein of Super Saver, and it took me maybe 15 minutes. I will say that there is a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to using the machine, just in getting the tension setting right based on the yarn that you have. The Premier Puzzle yarn says it's a bulky. It's not a bulky. I would say it is a heavy worsted, so maybe more of an Aran weight. It's more like a 4.5. It's a little bit thicker than the Super Saver, but not thick enough to be this thickness yarn, in my opinion. But it did work really well on the medium tension setting on the machine. That's how I got both of these. And it's acrylic, so it's super soft. I'm really digging it. It was definitely worth the money and the wait, in my opinion, because now I can go crank out a ton of hats, just throw a pom-pom on them, and because they took so little time, I don't have to charge as much for my time as I would for hand knitting a hat, because hand knitting a hat takes me about 6 to 8 hours, depending upon the thickness of the yarn, as opposed to 15-20 minutes of time. So more product at a slightly lower price point, more money rolling in, hopefully. So that is all the yarny stuff that I have done right now. I have added on to Hunter's fuzzy blanket a bit, but it's still not anywhere near done. I don't know if I'll have it done by Christmas, but I'd like to have it done by his birthday, which is at the end of January, so we'll see. Other things that I have to show you guys, I just have a stack full of bags next to me. I'm going to show you all the ones that are on sale for 20% off, whatever the price is. It'll actually have the updated price on Etsy. So if you're interested, grab them while you can, because I'm trying to make space for new stuff. I keep looking at the piles of done things that I have, and it makes it difficult to move it out and move on when there's just no space. These bags are all finished. I know I've probably shown some of these before. This one is made with a flannel that has rocket ships and sparkly brown galaxy print on the inside. Drawstring bag. There's only one of these left. I only have a few holiday print bags, and I have more holiday fabric, and you know what? I don't feel like trying to cut it this close to Christmas, so I'm just not going to right now, and maybe I'll have them all done for Christmas in July for 2021. We'll see. This bag has gold glitter in the fabric, and it's candy canes and mistletoe, and the inside is red and white like peppermint. Drawstring. One of those, and I have two of these, which are black holly berries. Well, black back fabric. The inside is a mottled green. Again, drawstring. There are two of those. They are the size of all of my large bags, which are 15 by 17 with a 5-inch box bottom, I believe. I have two of these. This is from when I was doing an experimental run with things. These bags, rather than having a drawstring closure, just have plastic cam snaps, which I don't think you can even see because the light is being absolutely atrocious. Yeah, I guess you can kind of see it there. But yeah, anyway, snaps. Doesn't have a drawstring. There are two of these. I just have to put the snaps on the other one. And those are all of the ones that are in the old product I'm really trying to move sale. All that stuff is 20% off. I think that makes them $16 or $17 a bag instead of $20 and $22, somewhere in that range. There's a few other things up in there too. If you just go to my Etsy shop, which is Anseer Handmade, then click on the on sale section and it'll show you everything in there. This next one, which I think I might have shown in my last video, maybe, is a tote bag that is the same size as the rest of my bags, 15 by 17, with the 5-inch box bottom. And this one has First Order characters Kylo Ren and Captain Phasma from the newer Star Wars trilogy. There's two of those. I also have these totes, which I really like this fabric. It's super cool. Has zodiac signs and planchettes and black widows, and it's just super witchy and cool. And the inside is just a plain solid gray. There's two of those as well. And then the only other bags I have left right now are these two tote bags with a chalkboard wine print on them. This one is a little bit smaller because it's just made with the leftovers. The inside is this purple and black. The outside has all these different types of wine, and it looks like chalkboard art like you would see at a restaurant. This one is the smaller one. I think it's 11 by 11. I have the dimensions up on the shop. And this one is 15 by 17. It's just tall instead of this way like most of my bags are now. So there's that. Oh yeah. So that is really all I have right now. I actually have an appointment at the clinic to give a massage in about a little over an hour, so I'm going to be leaving soon, but I wanted to get this recorded. And I also wanted to mention that I have been bringing my narration channel back to life. So if you're one of those people who watches my tutorials over and over again, not necessarily to watch the tutorial, but just to listen to me talk, you can check that out. I am working on getting my subscriber count up over there, and I'm going to be posting at least 2 videos every week until the end of December over there. It is mostly spooky stories, some of it's creepypasta, some of it's old school H.P. Lovecraft stuff, and things that are in the public domain, so I don't have to worry about somebody trying to sue me for reading them out loud. Yeah. And as you can see, one of my kitty cats is snoozed over here. That's supposed to be my chair, by the way. Does it look like it's my chair anymore? It's not my chair anymore. If it's not him, then it's my gray cat that's chilling over there on her little gray couch instead. Both of them are sleeping in this room with me. So, on that note, I hope that everyone is doing well. I hope that the weather is being as good as the weather can be for you this time of year. And if anyone has a spare good thought, a prayer, any good energy, mojo you've got that you're willing to part with, take a second and think a good happy thought for Llama Mama Kayla, who, if you've been watching her Vlogmas, she is still in the hospital right now. She is having some health issues, and the doctors are trying to figure out exactly what's wrong. So, if you've got a second, go check out her channel, think a happy healing thought for her, and I will catch you guys all in the next video, hopefully in another week or 2, maybe just before Christmas. So thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.